doing? It's your girl Asia. Now come gather round because today I'm going to be talking about shadow work. Now, there is a such thing as too much shadow work. So that's where I really want to go with this. So let's start with the good. Shadow work is a process of retrieving the lost parts of yourself. And these parts often are lost in childhood, but their absence breeds shame, guilt, anger. And so, the lost parts can be deemed as either good or bad by society. But it's not your job to continue to judge them as such, only to embrace them as part of yourself. The positive side of shadow work is that you discover hidden talents within yourself. You also begin a deep integration of the quote-unquote negative aspects so that they may be transmuted, integrated, and used consciously and appropriately. As you work through the process of soul retrieval, you'll begin to develop a pure self-love and a deep self-trust, and you'll begin to feel whole again. All right, so there is, like I said, such thing as too much shadow work. Shadow work can be liberating. It can be one of the best tools on your spiritual journey. However, there is a such thing as too much of a good thing. One can become completely enveloped in shadow work. It can become a part of your egoic identity. Y'all, shadow work is not a pretty or neat process. It often involves what is called the dark night of the soul, where it seems like your life falls apart and you're forced to face your fears, and where you are challenged to look at yourself bare and raw. You will cry, you will experience anger, sorrow, regret, and sometimes even physical pain. And as you feel into these spaces that have been taken up by trauma and detrimental beliefs, it is honorable work. However, as you begin to see the benefits of shadow work, you can begin to seize any and every opportunity to go into the shadow work process. And it soon can become a lifestyle habit. You may see problems where problems do not exist. Your whole life becomes one big mound of clay that must continuously be worked in order to be perfected. But as you can sense, this work can develop into something that is the opposite of self-love. Work full of self-judgment, where you feel that you will never be fully healed. There will come a time where you will be utterly exhausted by shadow work. Your intuition will say, no more, no more. And if you're not careful, you will bulldoze this wisdom for the sake of quote unquote healing. Your life will feel like a never-ending mess because you've missed the beauty of being human with beautiful human imperfection. You've missed you completely. You will never feel whole because you've made a place for yourself in a space that screams you are not enough as you are. Capiche? So the balance. There is a time and a place for everything. And like the old saying goes, moderation is key. The one surefire way to maintain this balance in shadow work is to start with self-love and self-acceptance. When a traumatic response comes up or your insecurities rear its head, either before or during your shadow work process, allow your inner child to feel immense love and acceptance and understanding. Give yourself the grace to be held without judgment, the same way you would imagine God does. If you believe in God, or if you were to believe in a God, how would he treat you? Gathering this self-acceptance as is will allow you to choose to change the behavior or find space for it in a transmuted way. This teaches you that not everything needs to be fixed, and some behaviors and traits are in fact a gift that should be used consciously and appropriately. For example, let's say you have jealousy issues. You can either choose to tirelessly work to eradicate jealousy from your character, or you can use your jealous trait as a measure of when you are not achieving your own goals. This trait becomes your ally in your own transformation process, rather than an abusive tactic towards others. There is a reason why we are in a dense, fleshly form. It is almost impossible to become fully light in this plane of existence. So accept your flaws and your hidden talents so as to elevate your earthly experience. You're both soul and ego, God and flesh. And one without the other is an imbalance in the third dimension.